Venetian, $250 buy-in, day 1C, 4 starting flights, day 2 on Saturday. We will bag and tag. With blinds at 150, 300 with a 25 ante. A person in middle position limps for 300. European makes it 625. I'm on the button with 12,000 with 10-9 offsuit. And we don't believe either of these players, so we pump it up to 1,700 to go. The blinds fold, the limper folds, the small pre-flop raiser calls. The flop is ace, 10, 10, rainbow. He checks. We bet 1,500. He shoves all in, having us covered. We got trips. We snap call. He shows ace, queen, offsuit. The turn is a king, and the river is a deuce. We win a 25K pot.
Walk through the big blind. Yeah. 3 players.
That's 15. How about 19,000?
Started with 15,000. We now have about 40,000. Going smoothly. The table is recreational. Should be bagging and tagging in about 5 hours. Oh yeah. With blinds at 600, 1,200, it folds to middle position, recreational whale, open limps for 1,200. He's drinking a vodka. He's having a good time. We're on the button. We have ace, 4, offsuit. We make it 4,000. We're going to isolate this guy. The blinds fold. He calls. We're off to a flop. The flop comes. Queen, 9, 6, rainbow. He checks. It hits his limp calling range pretty hard, so we check behind. The turn is a 7. He quickly checks. No reason to bluff. We have some showdown value. We check behind. The river brings a 7. Another brick. He quickly bets 6,500. I start to think about what hands he could possibly have and what we could beat. Does he check a queen twice? Did he hit a miracle 7? Has he missed a straight draw with hands like King Jack, Jack 10, or King 10? Since we have ace 5, we don't block any of the missed straight draws. We have reverse blockers, as a matter of fact. So we make the call, ace high, 6,500 chips. He shows 9, 3, offsuit. It was a good limp call pre, and he got max value on the river. Nice answer. With blinds at 600, 1,200, it folds to the button, who is the same recreational. He limps. We view this as weakness, and we want to isolate and get value when we look down at king, queen of spades in the small blind. We make it 3,600 to go, off of a 55,000 stack. The big blind has a 32,000 stack, and he makes it 8,500. Button folds, and it's back to us. Does the big blind have a big hand? Or is he noticing that we're just trying to isolate this fish out of the small blind and coming back after us. Is he on that level? We could call, we could fold, or we could go all in and put him to the test. King, queen suited, we have him covered, 30,000 chips. He calls. We show king, queen of spades. He shows ace, queen, offsuit. The flop is king, 9, 5. The turn is a jack, and the river is a deuce. We bust a player, and we now have almost 90,000 chips. 80,000 going to 2,000 big blind. About an hour and a half before we bag and tag. With blinds at 1,200, 2,400, there's approximately 20 minutes remaining in the night before we bag and tag. It folds to the cutoff, who raises to 5,500 off of a 65,000 stack. Folds to us in the big blind, and we look down at king, 6, offsuit. We defend. We have over 100,000, so we're ready to gamble. Blinds are not for sale. Let's see a flop. The flop comes. King, 10, 6, all spades. We flop 2 pair. We check, planning to check raise small or check jam, depending on his sizing. He bets 9,000. He has 50,000 behind. We want to make our hand look like the naked ace of spades, maybe a king queen with, or queen jack with 1 spade. We want to get max value and protect our hand, take this baby down out of position. We shove all in. He says, I don't think I can fold this hand, and puts in the call. We show our 2 pair. He shows king, 8 of clubs. The turn is an offsuit ace, and the river is another ace. We get counterfeited, and we chop up the pot. The very next hand folds to the hijack, who makes it 6,000 to go. The same recreational player that showed down the 9-3 earlier is now even more drunk with about 88,000 chips. He 3-bets to 23,000. Folds to us in the small blind. We have about 120,000, and we look down at 2 red 10s. Against mini players, we would just fold here, but considering our opponent's willingness to gamble and just be out of line in general, we go for it. We shove all in. We got them both covered. We didn't come here to fold 10s. We put in the cold 4-bet. Original razor folds. Recreational 9-3 off guy snap calls. He shows pocket kings. We need to hit a set. The flop comes. 10, 3, king. We both hit a set. The turn is a jack, and the river is an ace. We lose 190,000 chip pot. We're now down to 40,000 chips.
First and last and chip count on the bag. It is important that we have both your first and last name and your chip count. There's a ticket inside the bag. We need the same information on the ticket as well. White slip is going to go in the bag with your chips. The yellow slip's going to come back with you on day 2. Before you seal your chips in the bag, you need to show the dealer your ID. They have to verify that the name on the bag matches the name on the ID. Once they've done that, you guys can seal your bags. And again, restart time is 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, these ones you get.
We bag 38K.
The bag and tag.
We bagged and tagged.